Hello everyone, welcome to another Electrons in Motions video. This time I'm going to show you how to restore, how to reconnect an old scooter. Originally this scooter has a 24-volt system, also used to have 2 lead-acid batteries, 10 amp hours each one, but all of this is going to change. Now I'm going to install a 36-volt lithium-ion battery pack. The capacity of the battery pack will be something around 15 amp hour. My name is Jorge, but you can call me George. Okay, let's get started. This is an electric ICEP scooter. It was made on China. What I like at most of this scooter is that it looks strong, it feels strong and very robust. I am guessing that the previous owner has a problem with maybe the controller or something related to the electrical system, and they decide to replace the throttle by putting a simple switch like we can see here. This is a doorbell switch. The previous owner decided to make that change. My guessing is maybe the controller is not working or something is not good. They decided to connect the motor directly to the battery and put in this push button in series. So when they press the button, the motor starts to run, having all the power from the batteries. So I will take out all this cable. I will clean up a little bit here. It looks like the brake, it works. Here we can see there is a cable. Maybe it's an internal switch that disconnects in some way the power to the motor when I press the brake. Down here we have the main switch and also the charging port. As I mentioned before, I need to check all the wires inside the scooter. Maybe there are some wrong cables or something is not good, so I will need to check all that stuff inside the scooter. The batteries. Originally the batteries were here, down this cover. As you can see, it's very rusty, so I will need to clean inside and put it some spray paint. This is the controller, 24-volt controller. This controller is damaged, I don't know, I will have to check. What I can see here is the previous owner made a direct connection. These 2 cables, red and black, goes directly to the motor. And also we can see here the orange and red cables. These 2 cables goes directly to the push button. So that's the evidence the previous owner connected directly to make it work. As I mentioned, this scooter works with a 24-volt system, 2 lead-acid batteries. So I will put a new battery pack. It will be a lithium-ion battery pack, and I'm pretty sure it will fit very well here inside. Instead of using 24-volt as originally, I will use 36-volt system. I mean, I will replace the controller for 36, and also I will replace the throttle because the one is too damaged. I will be using the same motor because I know this motor can handle from 24 to 36 volts, even 48 volts, but I don't want to push it too far, so I will use 36 volts. In general, I will have to check every part of this scooter. I have to check the tires, all the bearings, and also clean all this scooter. The beauty of all this system is doesn't matter what kind of transport we're going to use, all of them share the same kind of models. I mean, even though I speak about an e-bike, a scooter, or an electric car, an electric vehicle, all of them share models like a controller, a DC to DC converter, a throttle, a lithium-ion battery pack, and if they're using a lithium-ion battery pack, they use a BMS, a battery charger. I mean, this is the beautiful, this kind of electric transportation nowadays. The first thing I did was to check if the motor works. To check the motor, I used my e-bike charger. As you know, my e-bike charger can be adjusted in voltage from 0 volts to 60 volts. So I put it to 24 volts to check the motor. And the good news about all of this is that the motor is working very well. At the time I was checking the throttle, I realized all the plastic part was broken. But I noticed all the electronics inside the throttle was in a fair condition. Connected the controller, I made sure all the connections were as originally, the throttle cable to the controller, the output from the controller to the motor. Also, I found the 40 amps fuse was missed, so I need to put a new one. The idea to do all of this was to check if the controller is in good condition. Pull out the throttle cable, I'm going to replace it for a new one anyway, but by now I'm going to use this old cable to test the control module. Before that, I make sure the main switch is working good. Here is the first time I'm going to test the whole original system. It looks like it's working. As we can see here, I use the magnet inserted on the throttle. Since this throttle is a Hall sensor device, I can modify the speed of the controller by making some variations on the magnetic field. Even though the original system is working, I will make an upgrade on the electrical system, installing a 36 volts controller and also a 36 volts battery pack. Once I finish to test the scooter, I dedicate myself to disassembly the rest of the component in the scooter. This scooter will be professionally painted. Okay guys, this is the progress that I have on the scooter. The parts that I needed to make the upgrade are on their way. So thank you for making it to the end of this video. Hasta luego.